Good evening and welcome to Wisdom Walk Talk here on Black Hole Radio and my YouTube channel, Wisdom Walk 2 Self-Mastery. I am your host and guide, Jojopah Maria and Saroma. February is the first of 3 fire months in this water year that opens a new age for the evolution of humanity with mind-blowing breakthroughs that will burn away that which is now archaic. My theme for this month is Relighting Your Spark for Life. Through 3 live broadcasts and accompanying videos, I will provide wisdom and insights from the movie Soul and from my own personal experience to illuminate how your extinguished spark can be relit, continuing tonight with Love Your Life. But first, for those of you who may be watching or listening for the first time, if you are doing this over the internet and lose your connection, you can listen to this program through the phone at this number. It is area code 563-999-3089. You can ask questions or leave comments about my videos on my Facebook page, which is Wisdom Walk Radio, or join my Facebook group, Wisdom Walk Supporters, my website, Wisdom Walk 2 Self-Mastery, or if you're watching the video, you can leave questions and comments in the comments section below the video. Yes, and do check out the description box because I will put for the video some timestamps for you at times and other links to information that I share and reference. But right now, I invite you to sit or lay back and join me for an exploration of the inner landscape where we can connect to our souls and discover the true treasure of being human. So, to all you wisdom walkers out there, happy St. Valentine's Day. Now, although this day has become very commercialized, it's still kind of wonderful that we set aside a day to focus and to raise our consciousness about love. And so it's not just about romantic love, but it's about being in love with the people who are supportive to you and loving to you and who, you wouldn't know what to do if they weren't in your life. And of course, it's also about loving your life, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I want to open my show, as always, with first honoring the ancestors. These are the persons whose shoulders we're standing upon, those for whom we wouldn't be here if they hadn't said yes to life. And so I'd like you to think about those ancestors, and they can be blood related or not, but who have been very, very supportive of you, loving to you, who you can reach out to, call upon. And let's do that now and ask them to continue to support us in opening our hearts and living our lives fully. Creator, Mother, Father, God, Source, all the one, all that is. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you for the blessing of the ancestors and for this opportunity to call out to them. And so ancestors, 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 we're calling out to you because we need your help, your guidance, and your wisdom to keep our hearts open to this life that we have been given, to help us learn how to grow and heal and expand the truth of who we are in ways that we could never imagine. We thank you for always being there when we call upon you. And if we're not calling enough, we apologize, but we're calling now. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And Creator, we thank you again for the blessing of the ancestors in the name of all that is holy. I say amen. Ashe aho asa ashinga bismillah. And so it is. Ashe. Elemental wisdom for the week. Last week we had an Earth Week from February 5th to the 11th. And now on this past Friday, we entered into a fire week in this fire month. And here's the opportunity. It is be truthful with yourself and others. Call upon the ancestors to bring clarity when you feel confused or conflicted, because that's a choice. Yes. Walk your talk, live in self-referred consciousness, meaning trust your intuition and honest feelings more than the opinions, advice, or judgments of others. Allow your inner authentic self to be in charge of your life versus the image of yourself that you project out into the world. As Mr. Rogers said, people can love you exactly the way you are. So here's the distractions, what you want to avoid. Number one, maintaining the status quo. You're going along because it looks cool or everybody's doing it. No, not helpful. Number two, abandoning your true self in order to please others or avoid conflict. Yeah. Number three, lying to yourself or others about your truth. Not a happy ending. Number four, sacrificing your needs in order to belong or be included. Yeah, we find that happens a lot in adolescence, but a lot of us continue it on into adulthood. And then last but not least, that fear of not being liked or loved or accepted, and how that can have us put on an act and step into being and doing what really isn't aligned with the truth of who we are. So again, this fire week is this time to remember to be truthful with yourself and others. Next Friday, this Friday coming up on the 19th, we're going to begin a mineral week, and that is time for soul connection. And I'll remind you all about that in the next broadcast and video. Now, astrologically, again, this year, we continue to heal from the last 4 years of daily fear-based messages and situations, especially during 2020. And we will be swinging back and forth from what is new and limitless versus what is old and limited. Yeah, that's the energetic of 2021. Moving away from something and going to something new. So, fortunately, the universe is going to continue to offer us huge doses of love in all its manifestations. And our job is to believe and receive. So today, Valentine's Day, and all week long, I urge you to consciously choose love as the following planetary aspects are moving through our life. So the first one is today. We've got Valentine's Day, where we have Mercury and Jupiter conjuncting in Aquarius. This is a good thing because with Mercury and Jupiter in this perfect alignment, you can expect happy messages and news on or around this date. The astrologer Kyle Thomas, I like, from astrology.com, says, whenever Mercury and Jupiter are conjunct, good news, optimism, and fortune tend to come our way. So this would be a magnificent day, and around it, before and after this time, to reach out, relaunch, or revise something in your life or with someone in your life. Yes. Now, on the 17th, we get one of the three conflicting squares, big squares this year, and that is what I've been mentioning, Saturn and Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. And here's what that means. It is about this tension of opposites, okay, in a huge way. So it's a big energetic that we'll feel. Here's my advice. Avoid engaging with those who want you to be wrong so they can be right. In other words, don't give away your power by being an opposite. The only person you can change is yourself. The universe will handle the rest. So again, avoid conflict, especially with, people who just want to be right. They're rigid. They don't want to even begin to think about anything different. Leave it alone. Now, if you survive the 17th, you're going to come to the 18th, which is the sun moving into Pisces, which is my season. Yay! And, the Piscean season, because it's the end of the astrological wheel, it's like a completion of that journey. It always brings a sweetness and a softness. Pisces season is great for getting and staying in harmonious flow by putting attention and focus on your creativity and your spirituality. And spirituality I define as that which gives meaning and purpose for a love-centered lifestyle. Listen to your heart, which is what I was talking about in my last broadcast. So check it out if you need a reminder. But yay for Pisces season. And on the 19th, we get Venus in Aquarius squaring with Uranus in Taurus. And again, ordinarily a square is about a conflict. It's a tension between the planets, right? But because of Venus being in there, and remember we just had a squaring with Saturn with Uranus and Taurus, but now Venus comes along with her energy. Now it's her time to bump heads with Uranus. And what this will do is spark sexual and creative tension. So in relationships, what this can mean is that underlying problems will be brought to the surface, or float to the top, as one of my friends says. And as a result of that, or instead of that, there can be renewed passion and vigor, especially for long-term relationships that will emerge. Okay? But again, just pay attention when you're feeling that tension and know that you can turn it into usable energy, very usable energy. Then last but not least, on February the 20th, next Saturday, we get Mercury going direct. Yes, we have been in a Mercury retrograde, and this means, of course, now that we get forward movement in communications, travel, and all aspects of messaging and movement as we possess greater clarity for the coming months of March through June. Again, I will leave my references for this astrology report in the description box below the video, and I'll try to post that onto my Wisdom Walk group as well. As always, a reminder that every month we're celebrating Earth Day, and so this month it is on Monday, February 22nd. Again, I hope that you will continue to cut down on your use of paper and plastic. Be very mindful. Also, try to only use your car for what is essential. And sometimes just taking a drive just to move around if you're still doing quarantining or keeping yourself distanced because of the pandemic. Yeah, sometimes getting in the car, I do that. Take a little quick ride up, the Pacific Coast Highway for about 10 miles and come back. You need to do that. But it's just about that, just running around to be running around. Try to pay attention to that and let it go, because we really, really, really need to remember that we've got to address global warming and climate change in as many ways possible as humans that we can, because we do want to leave this planet safe and beautiful and happy for the 7th generation that comes after us. Yes.